She is with our sister station, CP24, and she has been on the move with the demonstrators. Farah, what's the latest from the scene there?
Well, demonstrators just moved in, Morella, to St. James Park behind me, and there are well over 1,000 here. And you just spoke to the finance minister about the cause. He mentioned, you have to know what you're protesting about. Well, there's several different causes here that people want the world to see and want attention drawn to. One is the growing gap between the rich and the poor, saying that people and the planet come before profit and greed. We're seeing Palestinian flags here. We're seeing CUPE signs here, and we're hearing lots of chants about solidarity. And I'm joined by one person who decided to make her way to St. James Park. This is Everready. Everready, tell us about what you're wearing and why you are here.
I am here because I am a kamikaze clown. I am ever ready to agitate, expose the lies, and tell the truth. And the truth is, global economies are compromising the life support systems of planet Earth.
And you were saying that this is about what's happening in the world, not just what's happening in Toronto.
Protest. The whole world. The whole world. The whole world. We're going to occupy the whole world. We are 99%, and I believe everybody makes a difference. Now, I am wearing a Bill Blair special. This is a souvenir from the June 20. They have never told us why. For one, an accident. Two's a coincidence. But 4 police cars, I think not.
And your shirt there says police state, right?
Because a lot of people I know were locked in cages, abused and treated really badly. There's been no real public inquiry to that. I'm a bad penny. I will not go away until I get some kind of public inquiry to the way the G20 was handled. It cost $1 billion.
Everybody, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I know you said you don't feel alone. I'm sure you want to be with everybody else. Thank you so much, everybody. Now, of course, this is part of a movement. We saw this, the Arab Spring. We saw what's happening in Greece right now with people taking to the streets. And Torontonians here are hoping this will be the area where cameras will be, where the whole world will get attention. I'm actually joined by Kevin. Kevin is one of the people that we have been speaking with at our station, CP24, about what's happening. Kevin, tell me the latest. How many people are here from your count? I would say more than 1,000. What would you say?
I would definitely say much more than 1,000. I'm going to guess, I don't know, somewhere above 3,000, I would think.
And what's the plan now?
Now the plan is to set up the site to have a base camp to occupy. And this evening we'll have a General Assembly. Right now some of the committees are, the General Assembly is at 6:30. Some of the committees are making a call out now for people to come and join them and volunteer. And now it's really about establishing the infrastructure to keep the occupation going, and the process of the General Assembly from now on will be working on all things occupation related. It's really about providing the space for anybody of the 99% to come on down here. You heard us earlier, it's all about positive, cooperative, inclusive, anti-oppressive sort of space. We really want to encourage everybody to come down here. They can check out occupyto.org, and there's going to be a schedule as things come up posted. So any committee meetings, workshops, general assemblies. So even if people can't come down and occupy for the whole time.
I should ask you this. I mean, this has been largely peaceful, and for people who are not familiar with Toronto, this is in the east end of the downtown core. How long do you plan to stay here?
This movement has no finite dates, no finite, demands. It really is about making an open space for people. We have too long not had a voice, not had a forum to have our voices heard, and what we're trying to do is create that forum. Everything else will be up to the people.
I have to ask you, what will constitute success for you? I mean, these are, as we said, possibly thousands of people by the end of the day. What will constitute success for you guys to lead? What would that take?
You've got about 3,000 different perspectives on that here.
That's a very good point.
So, success for me, as I said, multiple times now, my hope is that this is, a democratic awakening, that people have taken that seed from around the world, and, it's not about contrasting and comparing, well, you're not as bad as Egypt, you're not as bad as Wall Street, it's about Are there injustices in your communities? Are there people not being heard? You know, if so, come out, be heard. Make your case, and let's work together on how we can solve these issues.
Thank you so much, Kevin. Thanks for providing that perspective. And a lot of volunteers here who are making this happen. Now, we also know that the people behind this have really, it's really organized. There's a food committee, there's a media committee, there are food deliveries that are going to happen, portable washrooms that will happen, that will be here rather. And so that's how things are going here. Peaceful, no arrests. We did not see that south of the border though. So police are ready. We've seen a dozen bicycle cops at least here in downtown Toronto around this area so far, and I'm sure there's more that I can't see here, making sure that this does stay peaceful. Morella.
All right, Farah, thank you for joining us and bringing us up to speed. We'll talk with you again later. Well, of course, the Wall Street protests have gone global. Thousands have gathered as well today in London, England. Kier Simmons reports.
Here in London, there are several thousand protesters gathered, listening to speeches, including by the WikiLeaks founder, Julian Assange. It is overwhelmingly peaceful. They are sitting down here in front of St Paul's Cathedral, but there have been some skirmishes with police, including earlier today when protesters tried to push their way into the square in front of the London Stock Exchange. That is a private area. It was blocked off by a relatively small number of police, and the protesters didn't manage to get in there, but they have closed the road. Police officers blocking both ends of this road in order to contain the protesters into one area. For now, though, they appear to be happy to be here and to make their point. Kier Simmons, NBC News, London.
Let's take a look now at the other protests going on right around the world. In Rome, black smoke billowed into the air near the city's downtown as a small group of protesters broke away from the main demonstration. They smashed car windows and set 2 vehicles on fire. Italian police have reportedly charged some of the demonstrators using tear gas and water cannons to disperse the crowd. In Berlin, police scuffled briefly with protesters who broke out of a demonstration destined for the Chancellery office. Officers scrambled to protect the building, and brief chaos did ensue as the barriers were pulled back and forth. Meanwhile, the situation was much calmer in Hong Kong, where a few hundred demonstrators rallied outside of the stock exchange there. The protesters called for the occupation of Hong Kong's Central District, where many multinational corporations have offices. Ottawa makes an urgent appeal to Canadians in Syria. Why it is urging